I want to welcome you today to church. This is Testimony Ground. Thank you so much for joining us. For people who will watch this later, we welcome you and we say God bless you. So the topic of today's sermon is follow God's promises upon your life no matter the noise. And we're getting the text from the book of Ruth, chapter 1, 11 to 17. But Naomi said, "Turn back, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there still sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn back, my daughters. Go, for I am too old to have a husband. If I should say I have hope, if I should have a husband tonight, and should also bear sons, would you wait for them till they grow up? Would you restrain yourself from having husbands? No, my daughters. For it grieves me very much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord has gone out against me." Then they lifted up their voices and wept again, and the Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her, and she said, "Look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. Return after your sister-in-law." But Ruth said, "Entreat me not to leave you, or to turn back from following after you. For wherever you go, I will go, and wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me as more also, if anything but death parts you and me." Blessed be the name of the Lord. What a faithful woman. What a faithful woman. Each time I want to build my faith, each time I want to sit on the comfort zone of the promises of God in my life, I will go to the book of Ruth and I will revisit it and I will assimilate it, I will bask in it, I will live in it. What a faithful woman. Listen, you know there are certain stages in life where you think that it is finished. There's no more remedy. What else will happen apart from whatever that had happened before? Nothing else will happen. Therefore, let me just close every chapter and then that's it. Go and look at the story of Naomi and Ruth. Naomi was a beautiful, faithful woman. Yeah, married with 2 sons. They went into a strange land. They migrated from their land to another land in search of greener pasture, in search of better life. They went there and they were doing okay. In time, the husband just went. The woman mourned the husband and everything. As if that wasn't enough, what happened? One of the sons went. The woman was like, is there no end to all this problem? The last of the son went as well. And it was left only Naomi, Orpah, and Ruth, her daughters-in-law. What, as a good woman, as a beautiful soul that she was, asked the daughters-in-law, "Look, I'm going back to my country. I came in here full, but at the end of the day, this country had taken everything that I had. I might as well take myself back to my country alive, so that if anything should happen, I will be among my people. So you can go. I release you. Go and get married. God will prosper you." They cried and followed her. But in the end, one of them, Orpah, said, "Okay, mommy, it's okay. I love you, but whatever I come here to do had ended." He kissed her goodbye and left. But Ruth clung onto her. Let me tell you, that's why I told you, the promises of God in your life, all you need to do is to continue to hold on to it and believe. Just that very little faith, You will think, but God told me this. In the absence of everything, God promised me. Do you get me? We don't know the promises of God in the life of Ruth. We don't know the prophecy on her head. Though she came from a hidden country where they worship other gods apart from Yahweh. But still, God loves everybody, irrespective of where you come from. So Ruth held the mother-in-law. I have had dreams about this woman. I have had a lot of revelations about this woman. Though my husband had gone, my father-in-law had gone, but there is something about this woman that I cannot put my head. I have to follow her. My destiny lies with her. My progress lies with her. My open door lies with her. There has to be something, though I do not understand. I will follow this woman. And Ruth clung unto her and said, entreat me not to leave you. Please, stop begging me to leave you. Our destiny is intertwined. I am supposed to blossom with you, and you are supposed to blossom with me. Whatever it is that is connecting us, I do not know. But there is a pull that is pulling me to you. Therefore, stop asking me to leave. I will follow you wherever you are. I'm going to take care of you. You do not have any children anymore. I am younger than you right now. Whatever it is, I will take care of you. So what is it? What is it that you are believing God for? What are those promises of God in your life? And you have waited for eternity for it to come. And you're just like, you know what? I'm giving up. I know it's not going to happen anyway. Why should it happen? When all the things that are supposed to make it happen, they have all gone. They have all dissipated. So it's not going to happen anyway. Today, the story of Naomi and Ruth is telling you that even though it seems impossible, that it is still possible. Ruth followed Naomi, who is a woman. It's not going to impregnate her. It's not going to give birth to another child. But Ruth followed her. The Bible says in the book of Hebrew that faith is substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Ruth did not see that future, but Ruth knows that there is something pulling me to this woman. There is something taking me to this woman. Something is telling me that my destiny lies with this woman. That's exactly what God is telling us about our faith. The promises of God unto your life is everlasting, and it must come to pass, irrespective of the noise. No matter the noise. Noise are interruptions. Noise are things that will happen and you will think, oh, it is finished. Noise are tragedies. Noise are disruptions. Noise are discouragement. Noise are a lot of things that will make you to believe that the promises of God in your life is not going to come to pass. But the story of Ruth told us that we have to be steadfast. We have to stand our ground. Even if that faith is as little as the mustard seed, hold on to that faith, because if you do not go back, God is going to show himself in a miraculous way. In the end, what happened? Ruth followed Naomi. Naomi didn't have any child anymore. They went to their home country. And what did Ruth do? Ruth will go and follow people who have gardens, who have farms. And as they are harvesting, she will be gleaning. It's called gleaning. You know, gleaning, when in the days, when you harvest your farm, you have to leave, some of them for strangers. So that when strangers come, they can have, and you have to leave some for strangers, for fatherless, for motherless, and so on. So that when they come, they can pick one or two. You're not supposed to take everything. That is the law. So what does Ruth do? Ruth will follow these people that are harvesting and pick some of those ones that they left. At the end of the day, she will put it together and take it back, and she will feed her mother-in-law and herself. Have you seen it? She saw this woman as old and very vulnerable. How can I leave her? The husband is gone and the children are gone. I am the only one that she had. Let me go and look after her. When Ruth was following this woman, Naomi, Ruth wasn't thinking about getting married. Ruth wasn't thinking about anything. Ruth was so selfless. All she wanted to do was to take care of this woman. And you think that when you are selfless in your services to your community, to your family, to God, to humanity, you think God is not going to reward you. He will reward you. All you need to do is continue to render that service without looking back. Continue to render that service without complaint. Continue to render it as if you are rendering it to yourself. And you will see all the promises of God in your life will come to pass. When Ruth was conceived and given birth to, yes, God has made it that through Ruth, the Savior will emerge. Did it happen or not? It did. Because Naomi, seeing the daughter-in-law, what am I going to do for this, my daughter-in-law? She is still young. What will I do? And then Naomi said, you know what? There is this man called Boaz. I want you to go close to Boaz. You're a very beautiful girl. And I know that that Boaz is not married. Yes, Boaz might be attracted to you. Dress in this way and dress in this way. When he is there, this is how you behave. This is how our people, our girls behave in order to attract men. That's exactly what Naomi said. And Ruth followed everything line by line, what Naomi instructed her to do. And the rest you know about it. This goes to our young girls, our young men, who think that their parents don't know anything. Who think that their fathers and their mother, they don't know anything, that they live in the past. No, don't talk to me. Look at the story of Ruth and Naomi. Because Ruth listened to Naomi and followed the instruction, Ruth secured herself the best man of the moment. And the rest was history. Therefore, what I'm telling you today, do not give up. Hold on to that promise of God. Hold on to it. Despite the noise, despite the disruption, despite the interruption, whatever it is, hold on to it. As Ruth did, and later on succeeded, so shall you succeed if you do not look back. If you follow that instruction line by line, you will see line will later fall in pleasant places for you. And everything that didn't make sense in the past will make sense, and you will be happy. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I love the story of Ruth and Naomi so very much. I read it line after line, and it makes me have hope. It makes me know that no matter what, no matter the noise, whatever it is going to be okay. Yes, noise can be delay. Noise can be disruptions. Yes, noise can be bad advice. Noise can be bad companies. Noise can be bad partners, bad husbands, bad wives. Noise can be the death of a husband or of a wife, the death of children, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the death of loved ones, the death of parents. Yeah, the death of siblings. Yeah, the crumbling of businesses, a lot of things. Okay? But the Lord is telling you today, do not mind the noise. I am still God. Even in the noise, I am still God. My promises is still there. Even in the noise, even in the disruptions, I will still fulfill my promise. Only me knows how to do it. Only me knows how to do it. Only me. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So I want you people that are praying and believing God for one thing or the other, and you are hearing noises. Noises are so disruptions. Noises are disappointments. Noises are death. Noises are business crumbling. You are thinking about going there and something else happened and you had to go back. You go one step forward and 3 steps backward. The promise of God today is this, that his steadfastness never fails. He will still fulfill his promises upon your life. If you hold on to that promise, yes, if you hold on to that promise, hold on to it. Do not look back. Remember him who promises you. Remember, always remember, I heard him clearly. I heard her clearly. I saw that dream. It was very, very, very obvious. It didn't look like dreams. That God said that he will give me this thing. I will hold on to that promises. And I know in the end, he will fulfill his promises. And I'm sure he will. God bless you.